So before I get to spraying all this stuff, let's kind of go over what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using my Fuji Q4 Platinum sprayer. I think this is called a HVLP sprayer. Basically just a bunch of air shoots out to my gun. I really like this sprayer because it's basically all metal parts. You get a bunch of different tips and stuff for it. You can get a bottom feed, or this is actually an aftermarket top feed, which I like to use. I found I'm getting some really good results with this guy. It is expensive, but hey, it works for me. I don't have a fancy hanging rack or anything like that. I'm still in my garage. Got my little spray tent. Little Wagner, guys, comes in handy. What I'm going to do is spray the door, the panels. Actually, do the panels, door, panels, drawer faces, door, frame, and we're going to be spraying with what's this stuff called? Sherwin-Williams cabinet door and trim primer. Pretty much any primer will work, basically. I've got to thin this down by 10 to 20%. It is very thick, so for my gun I've got it already kind of thinned out. You guys kind of see what that looks like. I've got a piece of paper down here. You'll see me kind of hit that a few times just so that I get the spray volume correct. I don't need a ton of paint for these guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to spray the back first. Then we'll let it dry face down, and then I'll be able to turn it over and spray the front. Because this is primer, it's going to dry pretty quick. I mean, 15-20 minutes, I'll be able to flip it, spray the other side, and lay it down. Alright, so I'm going to suit up with my PPE, get ready to go, take the mic off. You'll be able to hear, but you'll just be able to watch what I'm doing. Okay, that's the first one. Not quite liking it too much. I think I need to add a little more water to my paint. Getting a little bit of what they call an orange peel effect, and that usually indicates that the paint's a little too thick. So I'm going to add a little water to this mixture, do another test, and then we'll continue. Alright, so I've thinned it out, so we about got it now, so the next few coats are going to look nice. that's it for the top or the back for now. We're gonna let this dry, and for some reason, I don't know. I don't really like spraying primer, but anyway, it's got a good, nice flat coat on it. We'll go ahead and hit it again here in a minute. Just get the back a second coat. We're gonna wait for that to dry, and then we'll spray all the backs again. Check them, make sure they're good. Flip them, spray the front, then we'll sand. So it's been about 30 minutes. Now we're gonna do the second coat on the back. All right, before I call it a night, I need to at least put a single coat of paint on the front of these. Reason being is that we just put a bunch of water on the back of these, right? So that's going to cause these to warp overnight. So what I have to do now is kind of balance that and put another coat on top. We don't have to do two. We just need to like actually get some on it. So if we introduce water to the back of the panel, we got to put water to the front. We're saying water, but it's water-based paint, so it absorbs it. So I've already done this front piece, done that one, done this one. I'm going to do this one now so you guys can see it. Okay, so you definitely want to paint both sides when you first put your first coat on of primer, so that you don't get banana wood. So we definitely don't want to do that at this stage, especially on this door. So the door, I have concerns about it. Just kind of worried that it's gonna warp on me, but we'll see what happens. And if it does, then just have to make another door. So this is the next day. The pieces have had time to dry. The next step for me is to sand these a little bit, make sure all the surfaces are clean. One thing that priming will help you do, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but in this corner I can tell the two pieces of wood are a little off. They're not completely square or not flat. So I'll hit that with some sandpaper. And also sanding is going to help prep the surface, make it a lot more smoother with this primer on there. And if I have to, I will go back and hit this again with another coat and sand from 120 down to 220 again, just to make sure the surface is really good. I'm not a professional painter or cabinet maker. These are one-offs for me. I'll probably never make another drawer or cabinet like this, so I just need to take my time to get this right. And professional painters, they're gonna knock this out in one go. Us DIYers, it might take a round or two to get it right, but it's gonna look good when I get done. So I'm gonna sand these, Then we'll come back and take a look at what they look like and prep them for final paint. So I've got the pieces sanded, cleaned up, got all the debris and dust off of them, and now we're ready to do a final top coat of the primer. Okay, that's it for the top coat. We're going to let this dry. Then we'll inspect it. We'll sand it a little bit and clean it, and then we will prep for paint. Hey guys, if you don't have access to a fancy paint sprayer like this, or if you're in an environment where you can't spray, or you don't want to spend the time to tape off your area, I have another video showing you how to use a paintbrush and a foam roller to get almost spray quality results. So click the link above, check it out. Okay guys, we're ready to paint the final coat. We've done the primer, we've done the sanding. The paint I'm going to be using is Sherwin-Williams Emerald. I don't have any cabinet paint, but this paint's actually pretty good. It's about $100 a gallon. It paints very similarly to oil-based paint a little bit. The reason why I like this paint is because once it starts to dry, it lays down and has a very nice finish to it. So I've already thinned this out already. So I'm gonna get my gun ready here and start painting. Okay, that's the first coat for the back. We'll let that dry, flip it over, and paint the other side. Then we'll repeat the process. Now, the reason why I want to paint the front side, especially on this door, is because we just wet it. So I know there's primer on it, but water will get through primer, and I don't want this door to bend one way or the other. So we'll try to keep it flat. So I'm not really worried so much on the drawers too much. It's mainly this door. And there's too much of a warp in it. The glass that's going to go in this will not fit. You could crack it over time, especially when you put the little glass clips in there, kind of hold it down. You can put a lot of pressure on it. So we're going to wait for this to dry pretty good, and then we'll flip it over and spray the other side, wait for that to completely dry, and then we'll hit it again. Okay guys, now we're ready to shoot the second coat. We're going to shoot or paint the face this time so that we're even drying on both sides. Again, I don't want one side to be wet. Got lucky on that one. Paper towel almost got on my thing. So anyway, that's kind of it for this layer. We're gonna let this dry for at least, I don't know, a couple hours at least. And then we'll come back, check it, make sure there's no trash or anything on it. Give it a light sanding, and then paint it some more. Okay, so we're ready to apply another coat of paint. I've already knocked down the surface with 320 grit sandpaper, and we're ready to paint. So this should be the final coat, but once it dries, we'll see what it looks like. It should come out pretty good. If not, I will hit it with sandpaper just a little bit to clean off any, drips or anything like that I see, and then hit it again. This paint's pretty good. Once it dries, it continually kind of levels out and flattens out, which that's the reason why I like to use it. All right, so next, like I said, we'll wait for this to dry. Have them a look-see, just kind of see what they're looking like. But I can kind of show you what they're looking like right now. Let me do that. As you can see, I'll see if you get a reflection here. There we go. Nice and flat and even. So that's what that sprayer gets you right there. So now, when we sanded these, I try to sand these edges down just a little bit, because if you don't sand them, they'll be like a knife through the paint, so it'll be very, on the edges of the paint will be very thin, and so any brushes or nicks or anything like that will show through. So that's why you want to sand them down, so that they're square, but they're not completely like a knife's edge, kind of sharp, I guess. This looks pretty good. So once this dries, I'll show you what it looks like from there. Let's see. The panels, they're starting to come out pretty good too. Kind of worried about that. Just make sure that that is pretty good. I really want to get a nice thick coat on the front of this, because that's where a lot of wear is going to happen. So I might just paint these a third time just to get another good solid coat on there, because these are in a bathroom and they will get used. So, all right, so we'll be back.